very good afternoon to you and welcome to today's edition of the Flash News on ABC Amba TV. I am Oyin Obala. The President of the You're welcome back. The President of the Federal Republic of Amazonia, President Ikome Sako, has responded to the Colonial Fon Richard Fon of Bamising following his recent threats about banishing Amazonian defense fighters if they do not surrender this December 2024. President Sako of the Federal Republic of Amazonia has penned a scathing response to a letter from the Fon of Bamising, which went viral on social media. In his letter, President Sako chastised the Fon for his inaction in the face of the enemy's aggression, which has resulted in the killing of innocent people for 8 years. President Sako emphasized that thorough leadership is derived from the people and that the Fon's failure to protect his own subjects has rendered him ineffective. Furthermore, the president pointed out that the Fon's criticisms of those fighting to defend Amazonia is only misguided but also provocative, as it ignores the historical injustice and suffering inflicted upon the Amazonian people. Responding to Richard's call for Amazonian defense fighters to surrender, President Ikome Sako labeled the stooge of La République du Cameroon's action as a betrayal of the British Southern Cameroon's people. Speaking to the community, the president expressed frustration over the Fon's apparent disconnect from the struggles faced by his own people and his decision to side with their enemy.
Then you hold the paper upside down. This one a message for a so-called Fon Richard Munton, the third for Bamessing. May I tell you one thing? The truth na say, if a foolish man she don't quiet, they feel mistake that quietness to wisdom. But when the foolish man talk, he no even talk, he say, me give pen and paper. Then you hold the paper upside down. All man will not say no go school. As I say, no get sense. If me a baby na you, I know for write that nonsense, we write and put on outside. And I talk for this one for pidgin, for say, make all the say people they hear. Make all the daughters of Bamessing they hear. All the daughters of Goketunja, sons and daughters, may they hear me. If you carry your palace, if you go bill for graveyard, if you carry that palace, go bill for graveyard, so that you be chief for the, no, you know fit. Why? Why you know if you take your palace, go bill for graveyard, so that may you be the chief of ancestors? Why? Because you know if you be the chief of the dead, you're only the chief of the living. Yes. You be the chief of the living. You not be a chief without people. You not be a Fon without people. If the people they know day to day, you are no more a Fon. You find your corner go shit down because you know if you go build your palace for inside graveyard, you become an ordinary man. So all this power where you think say you get them, you don't forget say now the people their power, no na your own. You don't say now the people their power, no na your own. Who are you? You are just an individual. But when the people they give you something, they look up to you for that thing, then you consider yourself powerful. You are nobody without the people. For enemies for come into your land, kill your picking them, burn villages, burn houses, take people them at random. Go log them, extort money from them, kill women, kill children, kill at random for 8 years. So you just wake up for sleep now for no say, they picking the way they decide to fight. Because you know if you fight, if the Republic can't kill all your people for your village, for your family, if you fight, you know if you fight. You accuse the brave ones where they talk say enough is enough. You say they are fighting without a purpose, a conflict without purpose. Their own grammar that we learn for school. Engage in a conflict without purpose. The enemy don't attack way from the beginning. They don't take away our freedom, take away our country, take away our destiny, take away our resources, deny even the common sense understanding what we get from 1961. Then they go about to annex us and they decide say they want finish all way as a solution to their annexation. Then when you know fit fight, you know fit. If you fight, you know fit fight. The one that want to be bold with the stone for instance, how they talk say, yes, enough is enough. We go fight. At least we go restore our dignity. We go deny these people the right to kill their way to make us slaves for our land. They decide for our rights. Why on earth? Why should you consider them like say they are not they do the bad thing? How?
Well, even the fool, when he keeps silent, is considered wise. When he opens his mouth, he is seen as a fool. But with this local proverb, the president emphasized how unwise it was of the fund to make such a public declaration and criticized his misguided approach to engaging with the dictatorial government. President Sako warned that urgent surrender could have severe consequences for the people and for the community. You cannot build your palace in a graveyard. Those words he reminded the Fawn, stressing that a leader's power comes from the people he serves. Without your people, you are nothing but an ordinary man, is another phase the president heated on. Well, since the outbreak of the war in 2016, pain and suffering is the everyday lifestyle of the Amazonian community. The president spoke passionately about the violence and oppression inflicted by the colonial government forces over these past 8 years for enemies to come into the land, kill your women, rape your girls, kill your children, and you wake up to excuse those who stand and fight. Of course, that's not leadership. Well, he condemned those who commit violence while pretending to maintain order, calling them the real threats to the communities. The imposters in your village are the ones killing the people, and definitely, and they are actually the terrorists. Well, he asserted the president expressed disappointment that the funds who is supposed to be a leader, has chosen to side with the very forces that oppresses the people. The president's message concluded with a stern warning on the Fawn's current position, which puts him at odds with the community he is meant to lead. When you make yourself an enemy to your own people, how can you guarantee your safety? Was a very important question the president asked. The president's audio also questioned the fund's judgment in taking a public stand against Ambazonia, effectively making himself an agent of the invading force. President Sako warned that this decision has put the fund's own protection at risk as he has chosen to be an ally himself with the enemy. That's not all. President Sako reminded the fund that the Southern Cameroon's government stands ready to protect all, including traditional rulers, and of course, Ambazonia is free, and the Southern Cameroon is free as a country. Conclusively, the president reaffirmed that Ambazonia is not just free, but a free and independent nation, and the people will continue to fight for their rights and freedom. The president's audio serves as a powerful rebuke to the fund's actions and a testament to the resilience and determination of the Amazonian people. Meanwhile, Trump is praising the Turkey's role in ousting the Assad. In a response and a surprising move, President-elect Donald Trump has commended Turkey's involvement in the troubling of Syrian leader Bashar al-Assad, describing it as an unfriendly takeover. Trump's remark, made during a press conference at his Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida, seemed to praise Ankara's action in aligning itself with opposition groups that led to the offensive on Damascus. Let's get that.
One of the sides has been essentially wiped out, but nobody knows who the other side is. But I do. You know who it is? Turkey. Okay? Turkey's the one behind it. He's a very smart guy. They've wanted it for thousands of years, and he got it. And those people that went in are controlled by Turkey. And that's okay. It's another way to fight. But no, I don't think that I want to have our soldiers killed. But I don't think that will happen now anyway, because the one side's been decimated. Well, nobody knows what the final outcome is going to be in the region. You know, nobody knows who really the final. I believe it's Turkey, and I think Turkey is very smart. He's a very smart guy, and he's very tough. But Turkey did an unfriendly takeover. without a lot of lives being lost. I can say that Assad was a butcher. What he did to children.
In his way, says, I think Turkey is very smart. Turkey did an unfriendly takeover without a lot of lives being lost. While referring to the December 8th ousting of Assad, he also criticized Assad's regime, calling him a butcher due to his actions against children. Trump's comment offers a glimpse into his foreign and domestic policy priorities just weeks before he's set to re-enter the White House on the 20th of January. The statement has sparked interest in understanding Trump's stance on global affairs and his potential approach to international relations. Now, let's take a walk to the Dublins and the islands. In a dramatic escalation of tension, Israel has announced the closure of its embassy in Dublin, citing Iran's extreme anti Israel policies. The move comes as a response to Ireland's decision to recognize the state of Palestine, which Israel views as a hostile act. Well, according to sources, the Israeli government has been increasingly frustrated with Ireland's stance on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Ireland's Foreign Minister Michael Martin has been a vocal critic of Israel's settlement expansion and human rights record. The embassy closure is seen as a significant blow to diplomatic relations between the two countries. Ireland's Department of Foreign Affairs has expressed disappointment over the decision, stating that it will continue to engage with Israel on matters of mutual concern. While the current tensions between Ireland and Israel can be traced back to Ireland's decision to recognize the state of Palestine in 2018. The move was seen as a significant shift in Ireland's foreign policy, with their government citing its commitment to a two-state solution. Israel has long been critical of Ireland's stance on the conflict, viewing it as biased towards Palestinian cause. The Israeli government has accused Ireland of promoting anti-Israel sentiments and supporting boycotts of Israel goods. The closure of the Israeli embassy in Dublin is likely to have significant economic implications for both countries. Bilateral trade between Ireland and Israel is valued at over $500 million annually, with Irish companies exporting goods such as pharmaceuticals and software to Israel. The Irish government has expressed concern over the potential economic fallout, with Minister for Foreign Affairs Michael Martin stating that the embassy closure will have serious consequences for trade and investment between the two countries. The international community has been watching the developments between the island and Israel with interest. The European Union, for instance, has expressed concern over the escalation of tensions, with a spokesperson stating that the EU regrets the decision to close the Israeli embassy in Dublin. The Palestinian authorities has welcomed Ireland's support for Palestinian statehood, with President Mahmoud Abbas praising Ireland's courageous stance on the issue. Well, as the situation continues to unfold, one thing is clear: the relationship between Ireland and Israel has reached a crisis point with far reaching implications for diplomacy, trade, and the Middle East pace progress. Well, that's all we have for today on Flash News. Coming up at the top of the hour, 8 p.m., will be Undaunted full briefings. Do well to stay with us. Good afternoon.